Thank you. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Lisa, and I've been a Green Party member ever since the last general election, where I joined the Green Party basically off the back of it was the only party that I felt had the right manifesto for animal rights. It was the only one that I felt said what I wanted it to say. So I'd like to talk to you about vegan food. And I think most people think us vegans eat twigs and dust, which is hence why I put that in as the title of my talk. And I promise you that nothing could be more further from the truth. A little bit of background about me. I've loved animals ever since I could open my mouth and tell people that I loved animals. But it wasn't until I was in my 40s and became vegan and that I met other vegans that I met people that I think truly felt the same way as I did inside. Ever since I was a little girl, I was always heartbroken that animals didn't have the capacity to tell you when they were hurting, when they were poorly, when they were being abused, and that broke my heart as a child. So I never ever wanted to be part of them dying for me to eat. So off the back of rarely eating meat as a child anyway, I turned pescatarian, so only eating fish when I was 15, went vegetarian at 18, and then vegan at 41. Which is quite a big gap. And why did it take me so long? And the answer is I really, really don't know why it took me so long. And I think if you ask most vegans, their biggest regret is they didn't do it sooner. But I'd sort of reconciled with myself now, and I think I've done it now, and that's what matters. And I have never, ever known contentment like it. I've got a lightness in my heart that I've never had before, and my body practically feels much healthier. I'm not going to talk to you about the meat industry or the dairy industry. As far as I'm concerned, both of them have very barbaric elements to them. But if you do want to know more, I've got my lovely boyfriend there, has got them. I've got some fantastic leaflets that I've got from you all from Animal Aid. It's a guide to going veggie or vegan. It's got fantastic recipes in there, loads of nutritional information, no nasty photos, no preaching, no nothing. It's just really good facts and some cracking recipes. So if you want one, please do help yourself afterwards. Anyway, back to food, which is what I'm supposed to be talking about. Like a lot of new vegans, at the beginning I ate rubbish. Sometimes out of panic, because I thought, I don't know what to eat. And sometimes because, why not? We all eat rubbish. So, of course, being vegetarian, before I was vegan, I knew all about meat substitutes. So you've all heard of Linda McCartney, so I knew all of that stuff. So when I turned vegan, I just started eating things like chips and peanut butter sandwiches and Oreo cookies and Foxy's party rings and all these sorts of things that were vegan by default. And then I started to do my homework. And the amount of books, websites, blogs, vegan groups that are out there absolutely blew my mind. And I suddenly entered the world of vegan cooking, which is not dissimilar to the world of Harry Potter, because it is full of witchcraft. There's seitan, which is a meat substitute. You can barbecue it, you can roast it, and it's made out of gluten flour. The incredible chefs who work here will tell you all about seitan. It's on the menu downstairs. It is amazing stuff, and it makes burgers, spare ribs, you name it. It is incredible stuff. There's approximately 7 substitutes for eggs. So if you're a baker, there is loads of different substitutes that you can use within your cooking to bake and to cook. And if you like scrambled egg, then you can use tofu and nutritional yeast flakes, which you can get at Holland & Barrett, and that makes cracking scrambled egg. Every cream, every milk, every ice cream, every butter, they've all got a vegan alternative. And there's loads of artisan companies now that are setting up cheese companies, vegan cheese companies are setting up that will make cheeses that will grace any cheese ball. And then there is the real witchcraft, and that's aquafaba. Aquafaba is the chickpea water that you throw away from your can of chickpeas. If you whiz that up with icing sugar, it makes the most amazing chewy meringues you will ever taste. And if you ping some peanut butter and some maple syrup in the microwave for 30 seconds, you get a peanut butter ganache, and that glues those 2 meringues together. Whack that with some vegan ice cream. Quite frankly, who needs dairy? It is amazing. So it's the incredible things that vegans have come up with across the world, especially in America, where veganism in certain states is huge, is incredible. I just want to say quickly 2 things. One is, if you haven't eaten here, please do. The food is off another scale. It's award-winning. They've won the PETA award for their fish and chips downstairs. It is absolutely amazing. And just to leave you with this, if I could offer you amazing food where you didn't feel deprived or cheated out of nutrition or for your taste or for textures, and then I told you that no animal had suffered or died for it, isn't it worth a thought just to have a try? Thank you.
Okay. Questions or points for Lisa?
Oh.
If you open a 400-gram tin of chickpeas,
yes,
how many egg whites would you need for the juice? Or can you not do?
You just literally drain the water off the chickpeas and you whiz that with ice and sugar. The precise, yeah, that's it. The precise measurements I can get for you. I don't know off the top of my head, but it's got the same, whatever the ingredient it is in egg whites that make a substance in egg whites that makes it. Chickpea water's got that. Who came up with that? Who decided that? Oh, I know. I'll drain a can of chickpea water and see if I can whiz it up with some ice and sugar. But it is, I've tasted them. They are the most incredible thing. It is witchcraft. It's amazing.
Any other questions? Yes, sorry, I can't. Fiona, sorry.
On the subject, Lisa, I tried that and they melted disastrously.
Right, so it must be a measurement thing. It must be the water to the icing sugar. I will find you the recipe and I will mail it to you for definite.
Okay. Now, the other day, Malcolm, myself, and Sue were up here, and so we had you went for the fish and chips downstairs, and it was brilliant.
So, are they using, the fish and chips they use downstairs, are they using seaweed in it?
Yes, seaweed. They're using nori. So nori that you use in sushi, they're using that to get the sea taste. But you've all heard of PETA, the massive animal rights organisation. They won the award, for PETA's award for, I think it was most innovative food or something, but the railway won the award. So the food here is, well, you've eaten downstairs, you know, it's brilliant. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, sorry, Fiona?
Yeah. We were at Southend Soup yesterday and Helen MacDonald was doing a picture on behalf of the guy who's trying to set up a vegan fair in Southend next year.
Wow.
Dan somebody. I don't know.
The forum in about March.
Dean. So, yes.
I think that is the wonderful thing. All the big veg fests and stuff, Brighton and London or whatever, they are absolutely, people are queuing out the door to go to them now. So all these little local ones, Colchester do a cracking one, all these little local ones that are springing up or whatever will be fabulous. So if Southend do one, then wow, that'll be amazing.
John?
I think if you sort of go back during the Second World War, there was a acute lack of meat. The country managed quite well, majorly just a vegetarian diet for like 5 years. So it's been proved that we can do it. It's not as if it's sort of the country's got to change its habits.
I think to be fair to a lot of meat eaters in general is they like what they like and they don't really see what the alternatives are. And that's why I called my talk Twigs and Dust, because I think a lot of people do think, if I've had a million people say to me, oh my God, what do you eat? And I just go, everything. I eat everything. Everything you eat, there's an alternative. So I think it's really a lot of people just think there isn't any choice. And then when the more vegan food is raised and people see the amazing food you can eat, and then maybe that's how I just ended my talk. Maybe it just gives people food for thought at the end to just think, well, if I can have amazing food and an animal doesn't suffer for it, that's cool, surely.
Absolutely right. And of course, a far lower impact in terms of climate change and user resources.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely right. Okay, round of applause, please.